And Governor Cuomo is also dissing himself from President Trump's endorsement. He says Trump doesn't support him, he just opposes Mamdani.
President Trump doesn't support me, he opposes Mamdani, right? He believes that Mamdani is an existential threat to New York. He believes he's a communist. He believes he'll bankrupt New York. So he opposes Mamdani. He doesn't support me. It's the opposition of Mamdani.
Democrat and former Biden administration Homeland Security official Marsha Espinoza is here, along with former Republican National Committee spokesperson Elizabeth Pipko, for more on this. So, Marsha, let's start with Cuomo there. What do you make of his reaction to President Trump's endorsement? And do you think Trump's message here helps or hurts him against Mamdani?
I think it hurts him. It's like the kiss of death for Cuomo, right? And Mamdani's using it to his advantage. He's already running on this, establishing Cuomo as more of the same. And if you like Trump policies right now, go ahead and vote for him. So in New York City, the Trump endorsement just isn't a positive.
Elizabeth, our latest ABC News poll shows most Americans say they're spending more on groceries. They also say President Trump's tariffs are hurting inflation, the economy, and their own financial situations. How much of a liability are the president's economic policies right now for these Republican candidates?
I don't think that's the major problem here. If we're looking at states that are voting today, we're looking at Virginia, we're looking at New Jersey. These are states that President Trump lost in 2024, I think by about 6 points each. So I'm actually curious not to see who wins. I'm curious to see if Republicans do better than Donald Trump did last year. That'll be the actual indication of what people are seeing right now, because Republicans are not typically expected to win these races. I am pretty hopeful for New Jersey, however. At the same time, I think in general, the economy has not been doing well. People in our country have been complaining for many years. There's a reason Joe Biden and Kamala Harris struggled so much against Donald Trump when the economy was on the ballot. And the majority of people do believe the country is doing better than it was under Joe Biden at this point last year.
Marsha, Democrats are hoping to win the governor's race in Virginia. The state is home to hundreds of thousands of federal workers impacted by the government shutdown. Are you concerned Democrats' stance on health care could hurt them in this race?
No, absolutely not. I think that Democrats are going to be looking for whether they've made ground on this type of messaging. Look, healthcare is about to go up for everyone. Voters are going to actually see the impacts of Trump policies in their pocketbook, right? So Virginia, which, as you mentioned, is home to a lot of federal government workers. Reminder, this is almost the longest shutdown in history. They are going without a paycheck. And a lot of folks where I used to work are still going to work every day on the front lines, the TSA officers at the airports, the Border Patrol agents. Those folks still show up every day to work and are not getting a paycheck right now. So I think that'll have a huge impact. And that governor's race is definitely one to watch. Spanberger has run on a more conservative platform than other Democrats in this race. And she's got a national security background, much like Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey. So really excited to watch those two women tonight.
Elizabeth, these elections are being called a referendum on President Trump and a bellwether for the midterms. So what happens if they go well for Republicans, and what if they don't?
Well, look, we're going to find out next year, right? We don't actually know what's going to happen until the country changes, as it will over the next 12 months. The reality is Donald Trump was elected because he was better than the Democrats in any platform they could put forward. I believe that's going to remain the case in the midterms next year. I don't think people have a lot of hope for the Democrat Party right now. And I think the reality is there's a reason votes like Prop 50 are doing as well as they are. There's a reason people are campaigning as hard as they've been since 2015 on that anti-Trump message. It's all that Democrats have. And the problem is when it comes to midterms, people are not going to vote against Donald Trump just because they hate him. They're going to vote against Donald Trump if they think Democrats can deliver for them. And that just doesn't seem to be the case.
All right, Marsha Espinoza, Elizabeth Pipko, thank you both. And ABC News Live will have comprehensive coverage as those election results come in tonight. We will be streaming from 7 p.m. Eastern until midnight on ABC News Live, Disney Plus, and Hulu.